Hey everybody, this is Strange to Society, and welcome back to Let's Play Okami. Okay, we just got a bag full of seeds, and Isun's going to pipe in once again. Basically, he's just going to talk about, we found some animal food, and we can give it to some animals, which will give us some additional praise. That is another thing that we're going to have to search out, and basically that'll count towards our 100% rank. And since it gives us praise too, it helps us level up, so of course I'm going to do that. So that's another thing. That is a little bit more obvious, thankfully, but you do have to have enough food for the animals that you come across. Okay, but anyway, in the last game, or in the last video, in the last video, we brought the sun back out, restored the village, the people are back to normal, then we went on a fight, and we basically threw the village elder. Okay, floating in this water are some spirit globes. These basically restore 1 point of health. Instant use item, all that good stuff. Once again, Ami does not like water. Okay, I'm going to have to... Okay, I'm just looking around here. So we have some birds here. I just scared them up, but they'll land back, and then so I'm going to show off this whole feeding mechanic. And different animals like different types of food, so you want to make sure you have the right ones. In this case, we have seeds, and the birds enjoy seeds. So let's do that. Nice, peaceful, tranquil. Just listen to this music and relax. Okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, that'll keep going on forever until you press the start button. But anyway, so that's feeding the animals. We fed 5 birds. That's 1 point of praise each, and we got some more praise. We do not have to feed these birds again, but there will be more birds to find around. But I do not have any more food right now, so I don't have to worry about them just yet. Okay, so we come down here, and here's poor Mr. Orange. And let's see. Looks like we knocked him for quite the loop, but hey, this guy's back to normal. Let's see what he has to say. Alright, so he feels a fight coming on, so he feels the demon, so what you want to do is you can go into a fight here, and let's see. And I'm going to get through this as quick as I can because he actually times you and gives you, and will actually reward you if you complete this within a certain amount of time. Now, I'm not going to make that time because I was going after demon things. So, I'm going to have to do this fight again, but hopefully the second time I can do that. But as you can see, we got a better time because I was actually a lot faster. The fighting went on for 22 seconds. That was actually kind of a poor time, but now I'm going to do it a little bit faster. Let's see how fast I can do it this time. I think you need to get under 10 seconds. Okay, so let me... hold on. Yeah. And what happens if you run out of ink jars is you actually lose your regular powers. Until you at least 3 ink jars refill. And so you'll look like a normal wolf at that point. So keep that in mind. And, oh, I just barely missed it for... Okay, so let's... I'm going to cut right now until I actually complete this. Oh, no, 11 seconds worked. Okay, so I don't know what the time was, but apparently if you do it in 11 seconds, that still counts. I thought it was less than 10. But apparently not. But if you complete it within a certain time, he gives you praise, and then you do not have to fight anymore. He says pretty much the area's clean now. But he does worry about the sacred tree. But let's go down into the village and see what's going on down there now that all the people are active again. Okay. And let's go meet one of the more important characters in this story. Maybe. I went in the wrong fence. Hold on. One of the nice things is if you just run towards the fence, Ami will automatically jump over it. You don't have to press the jump button. And this is Kushi, and every time you walk up to her, she will always run up to you and pet you. Let's see what she has to say. Sake brewer Kushi. And Isun's going to explain right now, if you talk to somebody and then a triangle pops up above their head, then that means they have more to say. So you definitely want to keep talking to them if that happens. So, anyway. Okay, Isun. I'm sorry I'm kind of skipping through this, but it's not really that important. I basically summed it all up right there. Okay, anyway, so she talks about Susano, who is a descendant of Nagi, the warrior that fought Orochi a long time ago. Okay, but now before we move on with the story, we actually have some stuff I want to show off around here. First off, this is Mr. Orange's house, if you couldn't tell. Now, a neat thing you can do is that if you actually slash this orange that's on top, it will burst open and release some, if I can see what happened to it. Well, let me grab this one. And we get a Kamiki orange, which actually fills up quite a bit of our astral pouch. At least more than most fruits. And darn it, I lost that other one. Okay, but anyway, so you can do that. And then also we have this house right here. And there's this little clover sticking on it. And if you want, you can chop it off. And it flings around and goes right back to spot. So just neat little things that are going on in there. But let's go talk to this lady over here. She looks like she's in some distress. Why would the nose especially do that? I don't know. But anyway. Okay, but anyway, obviously she needs more help, so let's see. Okay, basically she's missing her drying pole. All you gotta do is come over here and draw a nice straight line across, and boom! She has a new drying pole. Alright, so that was a neat little thing. And still not done. We didn't get any praise for that. Because now her laundry is hanging, but she's still upset. Basically, she asks if the sun would shine closer. Well, wherever we are, we can put the sun in the sky, so let's draw it up there real quick. And we brought the sun closer. Okay, so we finally got some praise by helping her out. And if you want to collect a lot of praise, you want to help everybody out. I will be helping everybody out. I will be showing off everything that can be done. Once again, 100% game. I could go into some of these buildings, but there's nothing really that I know of right now that can go in, and if you know of something, please don't put it in the comments, because I will come back for it later, trust me. If I'm skipping something now, I will definitely come back to it later. But anyway, how much time do I have? Okay, I'm going to do this last one real quick. Okay, but anyway, let's talk to this lady. Okay, so someone's digging up her crops, and one of the things we can do is dig up the ground. If you press the triangle button, you can dig up the hole. There are some treasures we can dig up doing like that, and we can also do the crops. Now, she says something was digging up her crops, well, let's talk to her son here. And this is Mushi. Okay, so his dog was the one digging up the turnips, and apparently there's a record to break. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is as soon as you dig up one, the minigame starts. Now there's two ways to do this. You can either stall her by doing the power slash on the bucket or pot or whatever that is on her head, and that'll stun her for a few seconds, giving you some more time. Or you can just run around and she'll eventually give up. But basically you do not want to get hit by her, so let me show this off real quick. Dig up one, and I got a turnip. And these fill up the astral path. So now we have that going on. And thankfully you can turn the camera once you get in this mode. So let's do that. So that'll stun her for a sec. Hold on, I want to see it again because you couldn't really see what was going on with her. Okay. But anyway, or you can just run around until she gives up. And let me see, because... Okay, let me get a better camera angle. If you press the L1, the camera... See, she just gives up. So, anyway, let's speed this up. Okay, and with that, the last one you can actually pick up and you take over to the boy to show that you got all 10. We offered the oddly shaped turtle. And we gained some more praise, and with that I have to end this video, but, well, actually, of course, I'm going to have something else for you guys to learn about and for me to talk about, so hope you guys enjoy. Check this out. Okay, this time I kind of wanted to talk about the monk that we ran across. You can see his name is Komuso, but that's actually the title of the group of monks that he belongs to. And the Komuso were monks of the Fuke Zen sect, who were active during the Edo period, which was like 1603 to 1868. And it was actually a branch of Buddhism originating out of China. And of course we saw that he talked about his Buddhist faith in the game. Anyone who wanted to be a Komuso, basically, from what I've researched, was actually previously a samurai. And the samurai had to provide credentials of lineage, thorough background check, all this kind of stuff, in order to become a Komuso. And once everything was verified, they still had to pay a fee
usually by their swords, and they had to take an oath in order to be given the 3 tools that all Kumosu have. The 3 tools were the shakuhachi flute, the Tengai basket hat, and the Okuwara shawl. They were also given a gibako, which is the lacquered wooden alms box that they wore around their neck, in which they would store official papers. Now, the basket hat. The basket hat actually has a lot of symbolism in the fact that it was a tool to aid in the suppression of an ego. Kumoso actually stands for emptiness monks. And it would also help to allow the people who were listening to the music being played focus on the music rather than on the person playing it. The Kumoso were also given the ability to travel freely throughout Japan. That's part of the official papers that they were given, which at the time, very few people in Japan had that kind of privilege. With that, coupled with the fact that they were able to conceal their identity through the basket hat, a lot of spies were sent out dressed as Kumosu in order to infiltrate different things, and this kind of gave the Kumoso a bad reputation, and eventually the sect kind of died out, and the practice of Fukezen was actually banned by the Meiji government. They still kind of continue on today, but it's more focused on the music. There are people today that still play that particular flute and create the melodies called Han Kyoku. And they'll play it for various different things, whether it's for enlightenment, for healing practice, for whatever it is, and can actually still be taught in several schools today. The Kumosu were wandering monks. They would wander around all over the place. Some would hold positions at temples, or actually teach people how to play the flute like they did. In some cases, it was actually very profitable to be one of these monks, but in a lot of other cases, it would lead to a life of poverty. You would often see them out trying to collect alms, and some of them would actually become so adamant that they would just sit outside of a business and play and not move until somebody would give them some money. The reputation of the Kumoso is often portrayed negatively in fiction, and they're often seen as like violent ex-samurai thugs, spying, drinking, hitting people, and doing all kinds of nasty stuff, which is more often than not really the case. The Kumoso were also a subject of mysticism and superstition. A lot of people believed that they were surrounded by the dead. They brought evil spirits or bad luck wherever they went, and they could have an effect over invisible forces. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and once again, I encourage you to look up some more information for yourself, because there's a lot of things that I kind of left out about this group. And once again, my references are in the comments below. If you have anything you want to add about the Komuso or the monks or anything surrounding them, please feel free to put something in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.